Today, we are talking about being able to create passive income doing what you love and the formula that is uniquely yours to be able to create that. You can't wait to be ready. You've just got to go for it. In order to get what you want, you've got to help others get what they want. What is that? Hey legends, I think we are live on Facebook. It's telling me we are live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Here to help you to create your most magical life of ever through building an entrepreneurial business, preferably online, because that's my choice. And this is the Online Business for Spiritual Entrepreneurs Facebook group. So obviously, online is my area of expertise, so that's why I share with you everything that I share with you is basically around the online space. And today we are talking about being able to create passive income doing what you love and the formula that is uniquely yours to be able to create that. So, as you have been going through your journey of life, you have been growing and expanding and testing yourself and learning skills and becoming the person you are today. Everything that you have achieved so far, everything that you have attempted so far in your life, everything that you have learned, the fire that you have been through has developed you into the person you are right here, right now. And this person is perfect for where you want to go at this point. It is your launching point for becoming the person you need to be to create your grandest dreams, to bring your most audacious goals and dreams and visions to life. Because you are infinitely powerful. You are capable of anything that you put your mind to. And in order to, nothing great was ever achieved by somebody who wasn't willing to risk it all, to go all in, to be willing to fail their way forward, to get into the messiness. And if you were just on the Wealth Consciousness Movement live, then on that particular live, we did some tapping on leaning into the messiness and the chaos and the discomfort and all that stuff. So if you haven't caught that yet, then go into the Wealth Consciousness Movement group for Spiritual Entrepreneurs group, and you will find today's video in there with that tapping on it. And I will do a little bit of a recap. I'm going to cover a little bit of what I already covered in the previous live, just for those who didn't listen to the other video. But what we were talking about was the manifesting at the moment and how manifesting has gotten so much easier right now, that the veil is being lifted. The veil between who we believe ourselves to be and who we truly are is actually getting thinner and thinner. And it's much easier for us to push through that veil now. You still have to be willing to do the work, to do the internal work. So if you're here, I know that you've been doing the internal work. You've done the hard yards. And people at the moment around the world are so focused on what's going wrong. So focused on, oh my God, my life is not the same. That's a good thing. Consciousness is evolving. People are waking up en masse. Why? They're waking up en masse because of the discomfort, because of the disruption, because what worked before doesn't work anymore. And for a lot of people, they just want it to go back to the way it was. Can I just have my life back the way it was? It wasn't perfect, but it was what I know. It was in my comfort zone. And you know, it was easier. It was easier than this. And now I've got all this uncertainty, and now the world is in turmoil, and now people have lost their jobs. Maybe you've lost your job. Maybe your business has tanked. Maybe you've been your whole life and the way life as you knew it has been completely disrupted. And that's perfect. You have to embrace it, because it is what we've got. And what we've got is perfect for where we're going. It is perfect. It's not falling apart. It's falling together. The vast majority of people are focused on the fact that it's falling apart, or they think it's falling apart. Shift your perspective. Everything is perception and perspective. If you shift your perception, you will see things differently. Look through a different lens, because you will see how things are actually falling together. You will start to have great hope for the future of humanity, because we have been tolerating the BS for way too long. Let's just say, for instance, I'm not going to go on any sort of political journey right now, but let's use the most intense example we have at this particular point in time, the United States elections. Who's going to win, Biden or Trump? No matter your intensity of feelings, I can just about guarantee that the vast majority of people aren't voting for the person who they absolutely love. They're voting for the person they like least. There are those out there who are passionate for these people. But seriously, if the United States had an option for somebody who was truly inspiring, who was uplifting, who was conscious, who was all about the awakening of humanity, who was about supporting, the things that we want in life, peace, and just happiness, and helping people to be the best that they can be. If there was a leader like that out there, would people in the United States, maybe that's you, be voting for who you got right now? Or are you voting to go back to, are they voting to go back to what they knew before, because the disruption that they got was too intense? And they're focused on what they don't like about one person and going, well, he's like better than this person, so I'll just vote for him. Is not ideal. It's kind of what happened last time, really, isn't it? So, and they will get the perfect leader for whatever the next phase of this whole journey is. Who knows who's going to step up next? Please don't start commenting about your preferences for United States politics, because to me it's actually irrelevant. To me, this has nothing to do with United States politics and who's going to be the president. This has everything to do with the consciousness of our planet and what we choose to do as a conscious collective moving forward, and stop giving our power away to this thing that, oh, if we just have the right leader, it's all going to be okay. BS! You don't need a leader to lead you. Stop it. You need to stand up. The conscious collective needs to take back their power and lead the way forward. The conscious collective must stop tolerating the BS, the lies, the corruption, the global elite agenda, the conditioning, being told this is who we're meant to be and this is what we're meant to do, and we have to fit in and we have to conform, and if we don't, we're in big trouble. Have you noticed how that is intensified over the last year? What is that about? If you don't conform, if you don't do what we tell you, oh, but people will get sick. We're doing it for your own good, because people will get sick and people will die. We're doing this for you. Rubbish. You're doing it for control. And there was even a political commentator in mainstream media this week, no less, who shocked the hell out of me and came out and said that once our freedoms are relinquished, it is very, very hard to get them back. And we have been relinquishing our freedoms for decades, if not hundreds of years. And this last 10 months, we have relinquished more freedoms than ever before, particularly in Australia, let me tell you. So that ground is very hard to recover once you give up those freedoms and you give away your power to something else. So it's real. I'm kind of quite passionate about this. So it's super important that you get really clear on what it is that you want to create. You stop tolerating what you've been tolerating to this point. That was my whole point, bringing in politics to it. That was my whole point. What have you been tolerating in your life? Draw a line in the sand and say, I am not willing to tolerate this in my life anymore. You must do that. If you really want to make ground in being able to live the life that you were born to live in abundance, live in freedom, live a life of passion and commitment, passion and satisfaction and fulfillment and purpose, to make the difference that you came here to make. You are here to contribute in some way, shape, or form. It's time to step up. Because as I said in the Wealth Consciousness Movement Live just a little while ago, the ability to manifest is getting so much easier right now. Now is the time. Do not wait. Do not wait for things to settle down. Do not wait for everything to be perfect, because it never will be. There's going to be more disruption, you know, particularly if we do what we must and we move more into a conscious space. There will be more disruption. There will be more discomfort. But you will experience that only at the level that you choose to, only at the level that you resist the disruption, the discomfort, the chaos, the transition. If you lean into it, it's going to be so much easier. Whatever you are facing in your life right now, lean in, stop fighting it, lean into it, because you are going to find the magic unfold that is just going to blow your mind. So we are going to talk about different models and strategies and how to really uncover what it is that you're here to do. What model are you going to use to create the passive income? How to be able to create a life of fulfillment and satisfaction and joy and contribution without having to reinvent the wheel. Because let me tell you, that ain't easy. It's really hard. As somebody who started online entrepreneurship over 10 years ago now, it's been a tough journey, particularly back in the day when we never started when I actually had to code my own websites, but I wasn't far from it. When doing your own website was really, really hard. And the reason I started doing it was because I engaged several website designers at the time, and just I had no control over the website. If I wanted to create a new page, then I had to go back to the designer and pay them $300 to create a new page for me. I couldn't update the page. I couldn't write my own content. And that just wasn't satisfactory to me. So I went, you know what? I'm just going to learn how to do it. And it was hard. It wasn't enjoyable for me, for sure, but they were skill sets. You can learn any skill set to be able to set yourself up for success. Not always easy, not always a packet of fun, but you know, it's important that you learn the skills and you are willing to lean into learning the skills that you need to learn, and you can make them fun and playful if you choose to. I didn't really kind of know this stuff back then. I would do things differently, but I would still do them if I had my time again. So firstly, I am going to recap. If you've heard this, I'm sorry, but I'm going to very, very quickly recap the fact that the manifesting piece, and that I have had something erupt in my life, a project erupt in my life that is literally all my dreams come true. It is a convergence of everything that I've done in the past with my entrepreneurship. It is my performance, my operatic classical training that I just love and I walked away from 10 years ago because it pretty much broke me and crushed me financially, emotionally, and mentally. I was so done. I had worked so hard and really not made any headway. I couldn't see anything happening. And then, of course, the light language came in and I went, oh, that's why I did all that hard work and that training. Now I just want to shift consciousness to the planet. And in the most magical, unbelievable way, I didn't even know this was going to happen. I literally did not focus on this at all. My focus has always been, in the last 10 years, helping to shift consciousness, to awaken as many people as possible, to end suffering, to liberate humanity from the suffering, from the conditioning, from the lies, from the enslavement. I'm so passionate about that. And bringing my light language to the world. That has been my major focus. And to have it wrapped up in something that I love so much, being able to and this happened just through a chance encounter on Facebook. All of a sudden, I'm collaborating with two geniuses. We're putting together this concert. We are taking a Christmas concert with Christmas carols. I love singing Christmas carols. Don't you love singing Christmas carols? Christmas carols and operatic carols, arias. We have multiple performers. We have didgeridoo sound healing and crystal bowl sound healing and my light language sound healing. The whole theme is about raising the vibration and the consciousness of the planet at a critical time. So, and this happened, it still blows my mind. It literally unfolded within 48 hours. And I wasn't even thinking about, that kind of thing. So things can happen super, super fast when the time is right and when the planets align, basically, and when you are ready and you've built the foundations. In actual fact, you may not even be ready. You may not be ready at all. You can't wait to be ready. You've just got to go for it. 100, 1,000%, you've just got to go for it. And things will unfold. As you lean into it, things will unfold. And this is the magic that is available to you right now. So do not delay. If you have been waiting or if you have been just dabbling, stop it. Now is the time to get super, super serious. So there are multiple questions you need to ask yourself in relation to creating a passive stream of income that you love, that is a part of your mission and your purpose here on the planet. Do you have a pen and paper? I hope you do, because you're going to need to write these questions down. Okay. So the first thing is to get absolutely, totally crystal clear, suspend all disbelief, crystal clear on what it is your heart desires, what it is that you truly want to create for yourself and in the world. What breaks your heart? What wrong do you want to right? What legacy do you want to leave? What are you truly passionate about? Like, there are things in this world, the things like the enslavement of humanity. I get angry when I start to really dive into that, topic. God, I get angry. I get angry at the injustices that have been done to humanity, to good people. I get angry at the lies that we have been told and how we have been conditioned into powerlessness. When we are such powerful beings, we are infinitely powerful beings, but we're conditioned out of that. We're born knowing that we're infinitely powerful. We're born knowing who we truly are. And then we get slapped around and we get told that basically we're powerless, that we're at the mercy of the events, situations, and people in our lives, that we have to toe the line because if we don't, we're going to get into trouble, that we daren't stand out and be different, that we have to conform and be like everybody else because that's what everybody else does, because if we don't, we get into trouble. It's really, really important that you know exactly what it is that you want and be very, very crystal clear on that. Never lose sight of it, that you are willing to go 100% in. And now, with what difference do you want to make in the world? Who were you born to be? What were you born to do? Who were you born to serve? Those 3 questions, super powerful. You may or may not get to the bottom of that in the first sitting. But the more you sit with those questions, the more you are willing to dive deep into those questions and get beyond the surface of what is comfortable and get into the discomfort and rumble with those questions. Damn, I love that word. The more you are willing to rumble with all of these questions, the deeper you are willing to dive, the more magic, the more information, the more key pieces you will be able to discover within these questions. So what is it that you stand for? What do you stand for? What are your specific core values? So what's most important to you? Because we all make decisions that according to our core values. I can't remember the name of the person, but there is a saying that we cannot act in a way that is in contradiction to our core values for any length of time. So we might be able to do that for a short term. We might be able to compromise on those. But long term, we are always going to act in accordance with our core values, with what's most important to us. So it's important that you identify what those core values are, so you understand why you're making the decisions that you're making, why you're procrastinating, why you're not taking the action, why you're not investing in yourself, why you are choosing aloud to be a victim of your circumstances. Are you choosing to be a victim of your circumstances? As in, I don't have enough time, I don't have enough money, I don't have enough energy, I don't have enough resources, I don't have enough knowledge, so that's why I can't do it. If you are saying I can't because you are choosing to be a victim of your circumstances, stop it. Be resourceful. Whatever you need to do, be prepared to do it, because you'll be amazed when you decide, and when you draw that line in the sand, you will be freaking amazed what will show up for you to support you in this journey. So now it's also about learning and understanding what your core genius is. So what do you play at that others have to work at? What is your core genius? What do you just love to do? It's like, so for instance, when I walked away from my operatic career, I was crushed, because it was, at the time, it was all I ever wanted. And then the light language opened up, and there was a whole new outlet for my voice, which I love. I love singing the light language so much. It's not quite a performance career though, is it? Singing light language and doing the entrepreneur thing, it was kind of, it was my fallback. It was my plan B. Because having a job, that definitely wasn't never going to be acceptable for me, working for somebody else. Ugh. So being able to create this entrepreneurial journey, and whilst I enjoy it, it's not my ultimate desire. It's not like, I'm not that great as an entrepreneur, but you put me in a frock and chuck me on a stage and I will rock both. I will rock the frock and the stage. Because that's my core genius. That's my zone where I play, that I love, that I'm passionate, that I just light up. Even thinking about it, just, oh, I can't wait. I cannot wait to get on that stage. Most people, that would terrify them. Me, oh, I just can't wait. I eat that stuff up. Do I get nervous? Hell yeah. But that's okay. That's all about the having the edge in performance. That's all about wanting to be the best on the night. That's all about wanting to make sure that the people who are listening and have come to hear me perform, they feel uplifted and inspired, and they enjoy the performance. So what do you play at that others have to work at? Where do you come alive? Where do you lose yourself for hour upon hour upon hour, and time just disappears? It's irrelevant. What do you love to learn about? And just what do you love to do in general? Because they are keys to your core genius, to what it is that you are meant to give to the world, your mission, your purpose. And by giving it to the world doesn't mean that you don't earn a really good income from it. It means you are handsomely rewarded for the gifts and the talents and the core genius that you have. Your core genius is also a sort of a package of your experiences, the skills that you've learned, the information that you have, the things that you have experienced that have created you and have caused you to become the person you are today. It's the fire that you've been through. It's the mess that you've navigated. It's the solutions that you have found because of the situations that you found yourself in that weren't ideal, that really tested you, turning your mess into your message. All of this is the package that is uniquely you. So when you figure out what your core genius is, what your gifts and talents are, what your superpowers are, now it's time to look at how you package that up to do something in the world that lights you up. Are you delivering a product or service? What skill sets do you have and what talents do you have that you can apply to your mission and your purpose? What problem do you solve in the world? Whatever you do, you have to solve a problem. It always comes back to solving a problem. So what problem do you solve in the world that helps others? We are all here to serve. Every single one of us is here to serve. In what way do you serve others? Because in order to get what you want, you've got to help others get what they want. What is that? What do they experience because of your contribution to their life? Is it a product that either you created or that you have fallen in love with that you want to help others to experience? Is it a service that you can provide because of your skills, your gifts, your knowledge, your talents, your understandings, your skill sets, the mess that you navigated that is now your message? What do you uniquely bring to the table, and how are you and what are you packaging up? What is the thing that you are delivering? What is your thing? Product or service, offline or online? And if you're offline, then get online. Guarantee it. If you're doing something like massage therapy that is a one-to-one thing, then you need to look at the problem that you are solving with a hands-on problem, and you need to look at what you're passionate about that and how you can turn that into a solution to help people to achieve something similar without necessarily having to do the one-on-one, because one-on-one is really going to limit your income. You're never going to have passive income if you stick with one-on-one. It's then building leverage into whatever system, whatever strategy, whatever formula you decide is going to work for you. It's building in the leverage. This is where the passive income comes in. So for instance, are you delivering some sort of information product or service or workshop or coaching, training that helps people to get the solution that they're looking for to their problem? Yeah. So what is that? Again, is this something that you're packaging up? Is it something that you are borrowing from somebody else? And you're being an affiliate for that solution? Affiliate marketing is a great solution. I've spoken about that on multiple occasions. There are people out there who have already created solutions, so you don't have to do all the hard work. You just become their representative, and for every sale, you get a commission on the back end. You don't have to do the website. You don't have to do all the creation of the product. You don't have to do the sales stuff. You don't have to do the after sales service and all the stuff that goes with that. All you have to do is the marketing, and building a brand is a really, really good way to leverage your personality, yourself, to attract your authentic tribe. I was on a live training session with in one of my mentors groups yesterday, and he brought on Eben Pagan, who is a freaking god in the internet marketing world. And he sort of specializes in helping people to package up their core genius and gifts and talents and whatever. He doesn't necessarily focus on what I focus on, which is uncovering your unique wealth formula, because we all have a unique wealth formula. Somebody like Eben Pagan has made hundreds of millions of dollars just by taking the online formula and then using it in multiple industries and across multiple with multiple solutions. He was in the relationship coaching for a while, and then he got into entrepreneurship, and he's kind of stretched himself across multiple industries, and he just picks something, creates a solution, and then sells it. As a spiritual entrepreneur, this needs to be something that comes from the heart, something that really lights us up, something that we feel truly connected to. And that is unique for each and every person. There is no cookie cutter solution. Sorry, if you feel frustrated because you've taken course after course after course and it just hasn't worked for you, then it's because they are cookie cutter solutions. And in my experience anyway, all the stuff that I learned contributed to me finding my solution, but nothing was the singular answer. Everything was like a piece of the puzzle. And I'm still putting together pieces of the puzzle. So it's really important that you decide how best to package up everything that you are, your superpowers, and then how you're going to deliver it en masse, if that's what you're doing. If you're being an affiliate marketer and representing other people, then you need to get very good at marketing, understanding marketing. There's multiple ways to do it. You can build a brand through social media. Awesome strategy, by the way. And if you want to look more into doing that, then you need Mark Lack. Mark Lack is the branding guru. And if you want to know more about who he is and what he does, I did an interview with him beginning of this year. I'm happy to I'm happy to send that to you. Just reach out to me and I can send that to you. Absolute genius, that man, Mark Lack, specifically at branding. That is the niche that he decided to own, and he has owned it, baby. Absolutely owned it. And he has a course that I'm an affiliate for because I'm in his course. I love his course. I love what he stands for. He's one of the most authentic and heart-centered dudes, entrepreneurs I've ever met. And he only aligns himself with really good people like Evan Pagan. So you can do the affiliate marketing thing. And then it really is about your marketing. The number one thing you need to do as a business person is learn how to market yourself. That is non-negotiable. You can have the best solution on the entire planet, but if nobody knows about it, you ain't making any money. So you've got to learn how to market yourself. And there's multiple ways that you can do that too. Now, where the passive income comes in is that this is why I love online, is because you set something up once, and if you do it right, then it will continue to make money for you over and over and over. This may be a membership site that you create. It may be a product that you create that you set up the marketing for it and it just sells 24/7. There are systems that you put in place like your autoresponders, email marketing, and those just go out automatically while you're sleeping. It doesn't matter. People can purchase your products 24/7. You don't have to be involved in the process because it's all set up online. You can set up your marketing funnels, set it and forget it. Doesn't mean you don't have to tweak it because the world changes super, super fast these days. So you may have to tweak it, improve it, change it, revisit it every now and again. You may have to create new funnels in future that are better performers than the current funnel. Or you actually, if you're in a position to, you outsource that stuff. So I kind of enjoy doing that stuff myself. I am looking now to outsource it, however, because I know that it really isn't my zone of genius and that there are other people who do that stuff much better. So I need to start outsourcing that stuff and buy back my time. Truly wealthy people buy back their time. They have time and money freedom because they set themselves up that way. They have passive leveraged income and multiple streams of it. That's why I keep coming back to affiliate marketing, because you can build multiple streams of income through multiple affiliate relationships that you have. The beauty of having your own product and selling your own product is that it will cost you in the beginning, time and money in the beginning to set it up for yourself. However, you get all the income on the back end, and then you can actually have affiliates selling it for you and they're getting an affiliate commission because you don't have to do the marketing. You're just saying, well, if you sell it, then I'll give you 50% commission on the back end. Thanks very much, because you didn't have to spend the time and the money and the effort and the energy and put everything in place to do the marketing yourself. So that's how you build a passive leveraged income doing what you love. You either create your own product or service based on your core genius, or you use your core genius and then you leverage or affiliate marketing, maybe network marketing or multi-level marketing, but you find a product or a service that you love, that you 1000% believe in, Don't try to sell something that you don't believe in 100%. You'll fail miserably, particularly as a spiritual entrepreneur. There are people out there who can do that. They have no conscience. They really don't care about, whether it's actually going to get people results. They just want the money on the back end. We've all encountered people like that in our lives. But I can guarantee that if you're in this group, that is not you. So you've got to know that you believe in it 100%. If it's your solution or somebody else's solution or another company, the beauty about leveraging another company is that they've done all the hard work for you. They've produced the product. They've probably put together the marketing, the copy, the website, all the rest of it for you to be able to use. You don't have to do all that. And then you just plug it in and you then create the marketing that gets people. You've got to get eyeballs on the offer. Now, I highly recommend that you choose a high ticket item. So for instance, if you are selling a widget per se, maybe you're doing maybe you're selling something on Amazon, and Amazon's a big option for a lot of people these days. So there's a lot that goes into finding the right product and then setting it up, and there's a whole skill set right there, and then getting it to market and making sure that there's not too many competitors out there, and it's drop shipping is easy, and that it's not going to cost too much in drop shipping. So it's got to be fairly small. There's a lot of parameters to do with Amazon, marketing on Amazon. And there are people who are making millions on Amazon. However, a lot of the widgets that they have, the things that they're selling, they're a relatively low price point. So if they're selling something for, say, $40 or $50 and their profit margin is $20, then they have to sell 100 of those to make $2,000. Whereas if you're selling a big ticket item, you could make $2,000 in just one sale. And when you have a solution that people want, when you have a solution to people's problems, and that problem is truly pressing, that problem is creating pain for them in their lives, and you have identified that pain and you have an effective solution that you believe in 100%, and you know is going to solve that problem, and you can articulate yourself in your marketing to show them that you can solve that problem, they will not be able to wait to pay you whatever it takes to get that solution if they're truly invested in the solution. A lot of people aren't invested in the solution. A lot of the people just want to keep talking about their problem. And that's what, that's what they're invested in. They're more invested in their problem than they are in a solution, but they're not your customers yet. They might be in future when they finally reach the end of their tether and go, you know what, I just can't do this anymore. I have to have a solution. And you're there and you have the solution for them and they're willing to pay for it. It's not about the cost. It's about the effectiveness of your solution. It's the effectiveness of your marketing. And it's what they're willing to invest to solve their problem. And as a mentor once said to me, that if I don't solve the problem for that person, then this person is going to go somewhere else and they're probably going to get screwed, because the solution that they will ultimately invest in won't be anywhere near as good as mine. And you need to be representing something that you believe in to that extent. And know that you are serving others. So that's the training for today. I really, really hope you have enjoyed this. I'd love to know what your greatest takeaway is from today's training. And of course, if you want help with this, then I do have my Billionaire You Masterclass program that I can show you all the details. All you need to do is reach out to me. I can get on a private call with you. We can have a conversation about what that program is. It's a 12-month program, an investment in your future. And I cover everything that I've covered today, and I take you step by step through the process of getting absolutely crystal clear on who you are, what you came to do, what it is that you want to create, getting your focus and your attitude in the right place, clearing that BS out that's stopping you from getting from where you are to where you want to be. Because the only thing standing in between you and what it is that you want is the BS in here. The stories, the belief systems, the fears, the doubts, the paradigms, the conditioning that is stopping you from moving forward. You already have whatever it is that you need inside of you. I can help to extract that, to guide you, to support you, and to help you to get out of your own way by discovering what your core genius is, then leveraging it, setting up the business model that you want to use, the best business model for you to be able to create that passive income and create true wealth in your life. So that's my Billionaire You Masterclass program. So I'd love to work with you. If you are ready to invest in yourself, then reach out to me and we can have a conversation. And if you are watching this replay on somewhere else other than the Facebook group, then click the link below and come and rumble with us in the Online Business for Spiritual Entrepreneurs Facebook group. We'd love to see you in there, and let's support each other to all be the best that we can be and to achieve whatever it is that our heart desires. So love you loads. Go away and implement something from today. That is the key here, is implementation, taking action. Law of attraction, big part of that is action. If you don't take action, nothing happens. Nothing changes if nothing changes. So what are you going to do today to get closer to your dreams that you weren't willing to do yesterday? Brian Tracy, eat that frog. Do the hardest thing that you will probably procrastinate about the most, because that's probably going to get you the most movement toward where it is that you want to go. All right, so I look forward to seeing you again next week for another epic training. Lean into the magic. There is magic everywhere at the moment for you, specifically for you. Lean into it. Go for your dreams, and don't ever, 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 ever stop at going for your dreams and believing in yourself. See you next week.